Hello and welcome to COVID Classroom 2020 Classroom Tour. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Miss Parker, and I am a 4th grade teacher here in Los Angeles, hence the name Learning in LA. And this is my classroom tour for the year 2020. And I will be teaching virtually from my room. So no students will be in this room for the foreseeable future, but I will be in this room on a daily basis, Zooming with my students. I like that option because all of my materials are here at my fingertips, so I can be the best teacher that I can be. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to give you guys a quick pano view of the entire room as the students would see coming in. This desk is going to be going bye-bye, so ignore that. Over here is my teacher bins and my teacher station. I don't like a desk, so this is where I live. So I have my copy, language arts, and then my daily work bins. These are just the Sterilite 3-drawer bins. They started their life as white, and I painted them over black. Down there I have my teacher toolbox, as well as my laminator. Up on top I just have some personal items. My son did this drawing right over here. My son cut and glued some little shapes. These are just some supplies in here. Student gave me that mug, some cute little things. My mentor teacher from when I was doing my student teacher got me that. A student got me that last year. Another student got me that, I think last year as well, actually. Coming this way, I have my student lap desks. They obviously won't be using those right now, but I do have flexible seating in the room. So when students do come back to the classroom, they will have that as an option. Here is my math student workboard, as well as Our Future is Limitless. Student media desks. This is a whiteboard that I have for just general purpose use. I'll probably use it as another sort of anchor board for the kids. I have another magnetic towel rod up there that the kids can use, or that I can use to put anchor charts. Then I have my ELA work display board. Some more flexible seating options. These bins came from Big Lots. I bought them last year and they have saved my life as far as being able to put flexible seating options away. These are 2 flexible seating rolly ball chairs. I have 2 identical ones for myself, one of which you will see in a moment. The other one's actually at home that I use. This is another seating option for my kids. It's an independent workstation, so they will have that as well. Just some little artwork. The one on top there, my brother did when he was in middle school, so I have put that in every classroom I've been in. This is kind of my student data tracker. They each get a clothespin, and then it gets clipped up there based on their DIBELS score. Over here, I have just a bookshelf. Not a whole lot on it. I do have some read alouds, as well as the phonics phones that I had from 1st grade. This would be where I would have my students come and get whiteboard, felt eraser, and whiteboard pen to do some whiteboard work. But again, we're not in the classroom. Math focus board. So math information will be going up here. Here is my nonfiction display library. These were mine from when I was little, and I've kept them, and I actually really like them as a resource, and the kids really like them too. They've been well loved. Here I have that identical teacher version of the small ones. Just a little bookshelf, some teacher tools up here. So you can see these came from Target 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 3, 2 and 2. This is my main whiteboard, along with my smaller movable whiteboard. teacher cart 1. This is where I'm keeping my TEs, as well as the things that I need all the time. Globe. This would normally house manipulatives. We don't have manipulatives for our new curriculum yet. Maybe, I don't know if they're ever coming, not sure. And then some Disney cups there. I like to keep those. This is my small group cart, which would normally live with my small group table. However, no students, so it's living here for right now. And this is my ELA focus board. None of these are put up yet, obviously, and they will be put up soon, but there's not a ton of rush right now. A lot of my focused wall information is already up on digital resources for my students, so I don't have the biggest rush on getting those put together. I'm just going to spin around here real quick. As you can see, this is where we just came from. Down here are my student work bins. When they're back in the classroom, this is where they will house their notebook work. Because I do flexible seating, I don't allow the students to use the desks, so they have these movable book bins here, as well as these rainbow bins here are also numbered for students' personal items, but we'll get there in a minute. Back over here, there's another student seating, flexible seating desk with the balls. And then into the cupboards. So this is where I house the majority of my teacher tools. I have my Cricut down there at the bottom. This is like my Cricut / leftover teaching tool area. Surplus file stuff, bins. I love those iris containers. They're fantastic. These I believe I bought on Amazon, and it's just miscellaneous things. I have like glue and highlighters, markers, student supplies that go into here. There's my labeler, technology cords. This is a bin of miscellaneous items I need to go through to finish clearing out. These are my monthly bins, and I love these. These are like my most favorite thing in the world. So they're labeled seasonally as well as by month, and I just keep master copies of the materials that I had done or taught during those months. They get housed in there. So it's just a quick, hey, what did I do last October? I pull it out, it's there. These are some Sterilite locking bins. I got them on Amazon. Extra supplies. You can see there's some crayons, pencils, file holders, etc. Magnetics and tape, and then some decorative items there. That's cabinet number 1. Number 2 is here. So these are where my black Sterilite bins are living right now. This is STEM activities as well as crayons. I have my crayon holders. They're just the soap containers from Dollar Tree. They're being stored in there, as well as I have some plastic Nikki folders, these classroom connection folders. They are amazing. These are what I give my students for their take-home folders. So these each student will get when they return back to class. Additionally, these are what gets stored in their rainbow bins. So for example, blue is always math. So they have a single pocket here, as well as 2 sheet protector pages that are automatically attached within the folder, and then a second pocket here, as well as a front and back. So they end up, I'll show you what they look like later. I don't have an example in here, but I have a set for math, and I also have a set for ELA, and those are one of the most handy things that I've done. This is not supposed to be in here. I guess it was just stored. It's more miscellaneous stuff. So for example, that needs to go up in the hanging area. This is a larger thing for a pumpkin project, but these are kind of my science STEM based activities. So I have my rock collection here, as well as I have some deer antlers. I like to do a caribou / deer / reindeer thing. I connected them all, but the kids liked being able to hold the reindeer antlers because we're not reindeer, the deer antlers, because we're in Los Angeles and the kids don't see deer or understand deer rubbing and how the antlers are shed every year and the whole thing. So they got a real kick out of that last year. These are my hot dot collections. Love them as an independent work activity. Normally I have group supplies. So those are my group supply caddies for each table. But again, we probably won't be able to use those this year, and that's okay. That was cabinet 2. 3 is art supplies. So this is just basically what it looks like. Papers. That's a whole thing of tissue paper. That's a whole thing of yarn. Oil pastels, markers, construction paper, surplus. You can see those. This is also where I keep my construction paper and my cardstock in those clear bins there, so they're stacked up nicely and they don't get wrinkled. STEM supplies are all up in here. Zip ties I use for my cables, and these are like just gift wrapping supply things for student gifts or teacher gifts, etc. That's number 3. Student supply cupboard number 4 looks very similar to cupboard number 2 in that it's the backpack cupboard. Here I have some holiday decorations in here, as well as the student clipboards. Up here, this is indoor recess, as well as some extra craft things for me, and these are extra bins. Up here I have student pencil boxes. I took it year by year as far as whether I did group supplies or pencil boxes. My last year's students did much better with the pencil boxes, keeping themselves organized, than the year prior. The year prior was able to do the group supply caddies, no problem. So it just kind of depends year to year, but I have a rental pencil box in here for every student. I make it very clear to them from the very beginning that these pencil boxes are rented, they are not theirs. And I have had the same pencil boxes for 4 years now, and they've held up really, really nicely. Yeah, these are just the Sterilite ones. I got these from Target, but they do sell them on Amazon because I had to get a couple extra because I didn't have enough from last year. I did send home the student pencil boxes that the students physically had at their desks last year when we checked out in March due to COVID. So I had to buy some extras. All right, and then this is just my teacher cupboard. Decor, these are like my personal items. So I have some extra shirts, some like cough drops, some spray smell stuff. Curriculum books, the supplemental curriculum. These are distributed curriculum. And then these are those iris containers with read alouds or decor, things like that. Small group supplemental material. These are things from first grade that I obviously don't need right now as a 4th grade teacher, but they're being housed in here because I want to keep those. And these file bins are my student portfolios. Eventually the name of each student will go on these portfolios. So come parent-teacher conference time, all I have to do is pull a portfolio out per kid, bring it out with me, show them, whatever. Those were great to go to IEP meetings because it was just a real quick grab, especially for those last minute ones where you didn't get the notification until close to when it was going to be happening. So it was just a real quick pull. Those are from Daiso, which is sort of like a Japanese 99-cent store, if you will. I'm not sure if they're nationwide. I have no idea. I just realized that clip's there. That's pretty neat. Cool. I was wondering what that was for. Figured it out right now. All right, moving on. That was the last of the cupboards. Over here, this is normally my breakfast station. So the bottom bins would normally go, lunch boxes would go there. Then we would have spork packets, handy wipes, desk wipes, etc. Things would go in there. But right now it's just holding my Brachiosaurus stuff. Sink. This is my pile of cardboard that needs to be recycled. Behind here is paint, but you guys don't really need to see that. Moving over this way is my small group station / where I'm kind of going to be teaching from. These are my personal items. This was great. I found it on Amazon. It's really, really sturdy. I can actually put my hands on it to type and it doesn't move around. I'll link it below. That was a great find. Here is currently where my library is being housed, just because there's no point in finding another place for it. Kids won't be using it for the foreseeable future. So yeah, rainbow bins. I have 4 of these. I love these. Oh my goodness. Michael's, find them on discount and then add your teacher discount. It makes them very affordable. Sometimes you have to be a little patient though. Each student gets a numbered bin, and then these are my seasonal read aloud bins. So beginning of the year / August, September, October, November, December, January, and then etc. There's not one for every month. I used to actually have it one for every month, but I consolidated them into those bins, and it's been great. These are where my planties live. And then that's the door that we entered in on. And I'll give you a last little pan. This is my media station. And this is the rest of the room. These are all of the surplus containers that were left over by the previous teacher, and then some of my surplus containers because I did downsize room-wise as far as storage goes. So at my old school, we had some under cabinet cupboards that these all lived in, but I don't have that here, so they live up on top. So one more quick pan around the room. Wobble stools. I didn't show that desk previously. By the way, all of my flexible seating came from donors. I did not buy any of the flexible seating. I did buy myself that yoga chair, but all of the seating options came from a Donors Choose project that got funded. So if you're ever thinking about maybe doing it, I say do it. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're not out any money, and you've gotten some good practice getting a project funded. I did not get my first project funded. I ended up getting my second project funded. So the more you practice making Donors Choose and learning how to network your social media and trying to make sure that your voice gets heard out there, the more chances you will have of getting your projects funded. So with that being said, I am out of here. This concluded my first day back in the classroom that we were required to be here. I'm very happy to be at a school, and I really like this community that's here. And I'm really excited to meet my students tomorrow. We did do a brief wave hello, but I didn't get to see any of my kids. So I get to see them finally tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. And with that being said, I'm off. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another quick check-in.